Okay guys, it's working. Well, yeah, what have I been doing? Well, having great fun. Just going through the process again. I've made a number of videos, but this one, I'll try and put it all together. Right, what happened was, when I was putting the coolant pipes back, around here, there's a pipe actually comes out here, which is sweated into the engine. It's a pipe which has two arms. One arm has got, it's for a coolant pipe. The other one is a screw fitting for one of the gauges, one of the gauge sensors, that is. And it goes into the engine there, this metal pipe. You'll find it tends to corrode. One of the arms broke off. That was the drama and the saga at the time. So what to do? Because it's sweated into the engine, you can't just screw a pipe back in there or another pipe. You have to have one made up with the arms. The only person in the country that can do that seems to be Simon at Custom Camper. So I got in touch with him and he's knocking me one up, hopefully. It's an M16 times 1.5 thread, the one he's making up. So the problem is, you end up initially when this breaks off, what you actually find is you end up, because it's sweated in, some of the original tube will be in there. Now there's 101 ways to try and get it out, but it's a real pig, I can tell you. I've tried with junior hacksaws and all sorts. I wasn't getting anywhere, so I gave up. So what I decided to do, when you think it's an M16 times 1.5, so what I thought I'd do, I'd go to a 16.5 and put a helicoil in, and the 16.5 drill will hopefully take out the remaining metal, and put a helicoil, tap it, and put a helicoil in. So do you get all the bits and pieces? So you'll need a drill, you need a tapper, and you need a helicoil. Well, first of all, I bought some of the stuff separately, and I thought, no, I better get the whole kit. With the kit, then you get the right tapper, you get the right drill, and the right helicoil, the right size, and everything else. I did. I got one from China, and it was only about 20 quid in the end. And I'll show you what I got and what I did when I approached this. So there's the drill that came, and there's the tapper that came, and there are the helicoils. Right? So, what did I do? Well, I found that when you actually go down here, that's the drill. The engine is on a slight angle, you've got to allow for that. So first of all, I went in with that punch just to measure the depth of the hole and how far I'd have to go. I transferred the depth gauge, which is this bit of tape, on how far I'd need to drill. You've got to allow it for an angle, so what I did, I put this little spirit level taped on the side to show where there's a bubble at the end, and you can roughly you've got to keep it obviously steady. You don't want to go straight in, obviously, because the whole angle is on a tilt, so you want that to drill safely in on a tilt. I kept stopping every now and again. I only went to about 2,500, 3,000 rev, not very, very high, and it drills it's soft metal, so it's only aluminium, drills very easily. Every now and again I stopped and got rid of the shards, blew out with brake cleaner, and also an air hose. Very handy to have, honestly. Get yourself a compressor and able to blow out all the aluminium shards from there. Cover all the holes, of course. You don't want it going in your engine, but if you blow out and then go in with a bit of carb cleaner or something, just to blow out this. I kept doing that and get rid of all the shards. There was quite a few shards. Okay, so that was the first thing I drilled. Then the hairy thing was tapping. So using the tapper that came in the kit, and here it is, and it'll say on probably on there, it does actually, but there you are, M16 times 1.5 HSS. This is to accommodate those helicoils. Right, now how do you wind it in? Well, I tried various methods, and I thought, well, the easiest method I found for me was to use a 13 socket, long socket, which would go on the end of this square end of this helicoil, and it goes in. And to make it more snug, put a bit of tape round, squashed it in, and then I could ratchet the thing in slowly. I went in and out a few times while I was doing it to get rid of the shards, and kept blowing the shards out, going back in again. So that left me, well, I was very proud of it, really. A lovely thread in there, you could see quite clearly, nice thread. I had the depth of it, so I knew how far to go to actually accommodate the helicoil. Right, so I did all that, and then I got the helicoil. Now, putting the helicoil in, I've got a lovely helicoil kit, which I'm very fond of, but it didn't got the right size, so this is why I had to go to this M16 Biggest one I got was M12 on this kit. Very worth having this kit actually. If you see it, again, probably from China, I think. M5 to M12. Right, now, so, getting the helicoil in. Well, if you take one of these out, you haven't used these things before, it's got a little prod thing at the end. Right, so, to get the helicoil in, you use, I've got it down here somewhere. Oh, for each size one, you've got this thing, which you always got. It's got a little gap in the end. That goes inside there, and allows you to turn the helicoil in into the hole on the thread you just created. Then the end of it, the idea is you poke something down in this kit. Actually, you've got a poker which you just tap and you can break off this little piece. Then you can blow it out, I suppose, or spray it out or whatever, and that breaks off. Once you've got it well and truly seated, you can hit it with the tap. Right, now I found that because I obviously didn't have the right size for what it's worth, they're not a perfect fit for these insides. So what I did to give it a bit more stability, wrap some tape round this one. This was an M12 one, I think. Yeah, wrap some tape around so it fit quite neatly, snugly within the helicoil. Then I've just wound it in, and it did go in beautifully. This is after I've cleaned all the shards away, of course, before I've done that, and it went in beautifully. So it's well and truly snug in there now. So it's ready when Simon gets back from his holiday and has made this thing, and hopefully this week I'll get it, so I'll be able to push or screw that coolant pipe, the blessed coolant pipe, which I've done a few of these now, and that's the first time I've come across problems. But if you do come across it, it's a pig. But there's a ways round it, and this is one of the ways round it I've found. It might be helpful for someone, and so far, touch wood, it seems to have worked. I don't think I haven't penetrated any other jackets or anything, so yeah, so far looking good. If it if it doesn't work, when I screw this thing in, I'll post again to tell you. But so far things are looking good, and I'm just waiting now for this part to arrive from Simon. So hurry up, Simon. I need it. Thanks very much.